in a relationship that you feel may be over, or are you ready to move on?
Peter Pan, that's what they call me. Promise that you never be lonely.
Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lasandra, Tiara, and today we're going to talk about relationships. The last few weeks we're talking about DIYs, and I promised you in my past video on YouTube that I'll be switching it up to relationships, lifestyle, DIYs, and so on and so forth. So this couple of weeks we're going to do relationships, and today I bring you a topic that is going to be about red flags in relationships. Red flags in relationships, and I'm going to give you 8 tips or 8 ways you would understand that you need to get away from your relationship. We're going to discuss our 8 red flags situations that we need to notice to get out of unsafe relationships or toxic relationships, to say. So I have my points here on my pointer on my piece of paper so that I don't forget how I wrote them down to give them to you in order. So we begin. Number 1, when the relationship brings you more pain than joy, then you need to get out of such a relationship, because sometimes we tend to be blinded by the past moments and forget of the unhappier moments that we actually going through right now, to the extent that we are just ignoring the red flags. So if in your relationship leaves you sad and happy, wanting, upset, then I think you need to get out of a relationship, and that person is not the one for you. Because a relationship should be the one to bring you happiness, comfort, and no regrets. So if your honeymoon period has ended, then I think you need to move on if nothing is changing right after your honeymoon period. I think honeymoon period will take about 4 to 6 months, where there's the butterflies in the stomach, the happiness, the laughter, the rainbows and butterflies. If that ends and things still just go stagnant after that, then I assume you need to leave the relationship. Number 2, when he or she expects you to change. Some people in a relationship may urge you to change yourself. For example, your guy may tell you to change the way you look or change the way you dress, or you may ask your guy to change the way he looks, like you want him to hit the gym and get a 6-pack, which you didn't find him with, or you want your girl to go and do squats in the gym to have a booty, which you didn't find her with. That is a bit extreme. So if your person is trying to make you a different person from how they met you to what fits them best, then I would urge you to actually leave this relationship, because eventually he may find someone out there, or she may find someone out there who suits that dream version of the person that she wants or he wants, and he may leave you in the relationship. So scam. So number 3, emotional, physical, and verbal abuse. Guys, this is crazy. This is a no-no. Physical and verbal abuse is a fucking no-no. Oh my god, I cuss. Even if you are in the heat of the moment, or an argument or a disagreement, no one has the right to hit you. Yes, you may think it's only guys that hit chicks. No, I know a couple of girls that have beaten or hit their boyfriends, and that still is no. You don't hit anybody, be it he or she. You're not supposed to be abusive verbally. You find this guy dissing this chick, that's why you fight, that's why you have stretch marks. And you find this chick dissing this guy, that's why you have a tiny wee or something like that. That is all verbal abuse. It is a no-no in a relationship. If you guys come to this extent, then you need to leave such a relationship for the better. So I would also say emotional hurt is even worse, though some may ignore it because it's just verbally. But let me tell you, the wounds that are hardest to heal are the emotional ones, not the physical ones. So let's go to our number 4 red flag. When he or she puts little to no effect in the relationship, then that is how it needs to end. Every relationship requires effort by the duo. If you find it's always one-sided, like you're the one who always calls him all the time after work, or you're the one who always brings up proggy, or let's go for a movie, or you're the one, always the one putting in effort to the relationship, and the other party is like on the low, then he must be or she must be seeing someone else. because if you're in a relationship and you two are born together, then you both not want to leave each other, you both want to enjoy everything together. But if it's always one-sided, it's going to eventually drain you, that you keep always giving in and not getting anything in return, which will drain you. And once you stop, then that means the relationship is almost over, because there's no one fighting for the relationship. So I'd urge you to actually hit the hills. Just leave that relationship alone. So we are going to our number 5. Wow, controlling behavior. This is amazing. I'm so glad I remember to write this down. Controlling behavior. This is one of the reasons why most relationships actually fall out. I would say when he or she may want to divide and rule, divide and rule, those who did is it SST or history, where you have to have one away from the others. We call it divide and rule. So if it's about a divide and rule relationship where your boyfriend controls who you talk to, who you meet, where you go, and is very controlling about it, and actually sometimes they may want you to choose between them and people who actually your loving family or your friends or your, they want everything to go stop because you are dating them. That is a red flag, guys. You need to jump up and leave, because you are not going to be happy. Eventually, you'll always have to be dependent on them or codependent on them and very clingy, because they've actually made you leave the rest of your family or the rest of your friends away from yourself, and it will limit your freedom and your way of living. They may sometimes ask you to choose between you and them and your loved ones. So it's a red flag. Number 6, if you don't feel the same way about this person, then it may be time for you to leave. Eventually people fall out of love. This is in regards to number 1. I think sometimes you may fall out of love. You may lose interest in this person, because sometimes we meet people that we fall out of love eventually. Like if you start, you don't like his mannerisms, or it was just puppy love, or should we call it infatuation, or mostly when you are coming from a relationship, we call it a rebound. If it's a rebound relationship, like you were just jumping from one relationship to another immediately, then you may find yourself finally losing interest in this person after the honeymoon period that I told you about earlier, and then it's all dead. So instead of wasting the other person's time, let them know about it. Tell them you're not interested in them anymore, and let them move on. Let them find a lot of fishes in the sea, or throw them back in the sea to be fished again. So leave the relationship. We're going to number 7, the lack of trust. Trust, guys. A lack of trust, there's no relationship without trust. If you don't have trust in a relationship, it's literally no relationship. I don't know what you guys are doing out there. So if you don't have trust, then I'd urge you to find something else, because I knew of this girl who was dating this guy. Would always go out as a girls on Friday and Saturday. And this guy would literally call the chick all the time, like, oh, every 3 minutes, oh, what's up, who are you with, oh, I want to video call you, oh, I want to talk to your friend Tracy, or so on. So it was so exhausting that the girl would never even have fun, because there was no trust in the relationship. They would argue a lot all the time, and eventually it went kaput. So if there's no trust in a relationship, where you always have to be snooping in your girlfriend's phone or snooping in whatever that she's doing all the time, that is no trust. So you need to leave that relationship, guys. So we are going on to number 8. This is our last and final. Sorry about, guys, my battery went low on number 8 and we had to do this again. So your number 8 of our red flags in a relationship is your partner never likes to apologize for his or her mistakes. Yeah, I hear people say, oh, he won't apologize, but I know he'll make it up to me later after we fight. Say what? Let me tell you, apology is maturity. If your guy or chick doesn't want to take responsibility of their actions, then that's a no-no in a relationship. The red flag here is that All the time in your relationship, you will always be taking the blame for everything that this person does, just because they're gonna make it up to you later, or buy you roses, or give you money, or buy you a dress. It doesn't save the relationship from going down the hills, because they keep pampering you with things just to cover up. And this leads to you not talking about the bad stuff, or not discussing the things that are actually affecting your relationship, because you're blindfolded by these goodies that he keeps bringing you, or these goodies that she keeps buying you and sending to your office, just because she wants to avoid apologizing for her mess ups. So I'd advise you to just walk out of this relationship if this person is not actually apologizing for the mistakes. It's only mature to apologize. So thank you so much for being here, listening to all these 8 red flags. I hope you learn or take a leaf out of this and see if you need to leave a current relationship that you're in that is not serving. There's a lot of fish out there. Some may stay clingy to a relationship just because they're afraid to get out and find something new, something better, or something fresher, and they end up staying in this thing just because they're afraid to move on. So think about it. This is your life. You only live once. Yellow. So I leave you to it. So if you love my content, please remember to like and subscribe, and click the bell icon right below there to get more of my content if you like it. Take care.